ready for a healthier lifestyle? We have great news. The Kingdom Prescription is here for you. Reverend Dr. Ruby McMillian Wade has dedicated her life to developing God's biblical health plan for humanity. And now you can join this health and wealth movement. Whether you're seeking help with gut and skin health, diabetes, weight loss solutions, detoxification, increased energy, fat burners, or immune system boosters, Dr. Wade, Love Biome, and the Kingdom Prescription have the tools you need. With her workbooks, DVDs, and guides, you can embark on a journey to better health. For more information, visit our website or give us a call.
Good morning. Good morning. How is everyone on this beautiful Tuesday morning? And I pray that everyone had a wonderful Memorial Day and spent time with your family and did some things that brought some joy to your life. All right, let's look at where we are today. Over the past 2 or 3 weeks, I've been asked, and I was just asked actually Sunday, in service, after service, someone came to me and asked, Doctor, but what can I do about my blood sugars? You know, they keep going up and down. And I'm like, okay, let's look at the 7 keys to healthy blood sugars, because we're going to have to catch a hold of it, really do it. And the famous thing that I continue to hear is, well, you did tell us in the class that we can have something that we want on the 7th day, that in our lifestyle, because of how we were taught, and it wasn't truly the thing that we needed, that was by the standard American diet. And I look at that, the abbreviation for the standard American diet is SAD, S-A-D, and it really is. It has been the number one cause of diabetes in America. But we don't have to have that. So over the next 2 or 3 weeks, I don't know how long it's going to take, but while I was waiting and listening, I don't want to rush through this, because I want you to get it. I want you to make sure that you understand that you hold the key. I'm going to give you the keys, but you're going to have to be the one to put it in and turn it so it can open for you. All right. I want you to, if you have pen and paper, let's do this. I want you to get to write down 7 keys to healthy blood sugars. Before we go through the 90-day type 2 diabetes reversal and also our other organ strengthening process, I'd like for you to be able to maintain a healthy blood sugar, because if you do not maintain a healthy blood sugar, what happens? We wind up having cardiovascular problems. We have kidney issues. And for sure, when you have kidney issues because of uncontrolled high blood sugars and because of high blood pressure, you wind up on dialysis, and we don't want that. So the first one that we want to look at, I'm going to name all 7, and as time permits, we'll go through them. Okay, the number one thing that we want to do about having healthy blood sugars is boosting our nutrition. We have to know, and if you've read any of my material and heard any of my teaching, you will understand that I've said repeatedly, and you can Google it, ask any physician, type 2 diabetes is not a disease. It is a dis-ease, because it is nutritionally lacking. So once you get your nutrition in order, you will be able to cut down so much of your problems with having high blood sugar. You can do this. Okay, the first one is boost your nutrition, number 1. Number 2 is to regulate your hormones. This is what nutrition will do for your overall temple. Okay. Number 3, reduce inflammation. Inflammation is just a beast in that it will cause you to have issues throughout your body. Number 4, when you improve these areas, you will also improve your digestion. Number 5, you will maximize your detoxification. Number 6, you will enhance your energy metabolism. Yes, and number 7, you will soothe your mind because you will not always be concerned about what can I eat here and how is this going to make me happen, or you have not been able to take control. I said take control of your sugar appetite. You know, the ones that take you off, that regardless of whatever's going on, you have not been able to shake the sugar shack. That's what I call it. Mine used to be almond joys, ice cream, those things. But once I had to pray and ask to help me to be able to control these areas in my life, because once you learn what real nutrition is, it helps you to know that God is your sustainer. When you look at Philippians 4:13, you will know, okay? He will help you. He will know. You will know that my God shall supply all of my needs according to what? His riches. He is our sustainer. Now, today I'm reading from the Kingdom Prescription book that I wrote, I believe, in 2017 or 18. But as I'm sharing with you today, I am also interjecting some of the upcoming information that I've learned since 2017. Okay. And currently right now I'm working on a revision of this book. So be on the lookout for that when you go to the website, kingdomprescription.com. All right. Number one is to boost your nutrition. All right. It says the nutritional foundation of the blood sugar is based on nutrigenomics. And what is that? It's a new science that has uncovered a stunning truth that food you eat literally triggers your genes into action. So now we're going to learn that food is our medicine. Whatever you put in here is the results that you're going to get out through your entire body and all of your major organs, because we know that type 2 diabetes, major damage that it does to our body is it affects every major organ, every nerve ending. Okay. So this is why we want to rev up our nutrition. When we look at chromium picolinate, I learned, and you can too, that chromium picolinate actually acts and mimics insulin. You don't have to take insulin. Now, you need to check with your physician. I always make this statement. You need to check with them, because I knew that when I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes that I was not, I repeat, I was not going to ever take a diabetic medication. I believe God enough. I knew, if nothing else, even at the time when I did it, to look at what he has provided for us on this earth, starting from A, and that is aloe vera. I would just drink the juice, eat the jelly. Aloe vera was his medicine chest. So when I learned about chromium percolinate, to have aloe vera and chromium percolinate in there, and then the other thing that I learned about was turmeric. We know that. So when you have these combinations, and when you have the teas, or you can have the turmeric in your foods, add black pepper. Black pepper will help it absorb 200 times more than not using it. Okay. All right. Now, number 2, you want to regulate your hormones. Let's look at number 2. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I tell you that in our book that we're on page 195 to 199? So you can look at, get your book and follow along with me. Or when you do go to the site and get yours, you can still look at it. Let's look at balanced hormones for balanced life. Yes. And especially those of us who are premenopausal, even postmenopausal, that when you don't have the proper nutrition, that you have those, not only the hypo and hyperglycemic episodes, you yourself too will have premature just flashes. You know, that hot that comes from your feet all the way up, okay, to your chest. You just have those hot feelings that just rise up. But let's look at what we can do to combat that, especially for us women. Okay, all our hormones interact like a big musical symphony. Did you know that? Because everything has to align. Okay, problems develop when they play out of tune. It's like anything else. When you hear an orchestra, you know when they're in tune, it all sounds soothing. But when they are not, that means that everything sounds in a different tone, and it's out of sync, and everybody's looking at each other, and it's not playing well. Okay, now I'm on page 196 right now. Thyroid problems, okay, will worsen your insulin resistance. Listen, and insulin resistance will cause your thyroid to malfunction as well. Now, chronic stress raises production of cortisol. We know that. The main stress hormone, which raises blood sugars and promotes the accumulation of belly fat. Okay. Too much insulin makes your sex hormones go haywire too, and can lead to traits like facial hairs, in women, and fatty breast in men. So you wondering why some of them have and some don't. You just heard it. Sometimes out of balance hormones are not so obvious. Why? Because depression and anxiety often develop when sex hormone levels are disrupted by insulin resistant problems. So if you want to not have these issues, please do talk to your physician though before you start using any of the holistic products that I'm talking about. Because apparently, if you are seeing your physician, you have more than just type 2 diabetes. We don't know what your levels are for your hypertension, for your cholesterol, for your heart issues. So we want to make sure that you are safe, but you want to use God's best for you. Okay. And I believe a lot of the world is coming to that now. I know a lot of you are also watching other YouTube videos. And what's amazing to me, and I know you see it, is that so many of the physicians now are coming out and saying that I no longer am putting all that I've been trained to do into medicine that only collects money. And the people are not being healed. They're just going every week, every year. And nothing's changing. except their bank accounts is getting smaller. Yeah, I just want to share that because I know you hear it. I just want to let you know that I'm also watching. And for years I was praying, Lord, what the people hear, and especially what the physicians are saying, they're not telling the truth. Please help them. And so I see now that in prayer, calling those things that are not as though they were is happening now. They're saying, one nephrologist doing my study for my doctorate, I communicated with often. That's Dr. Jason Fong, and he said I just had to step back. And when I'm talking about this balanced lifestyle and your hormones and your nutritional factor, he said it was awful that every single time he had a new patient to come in, they came in. If they had come in earlier, he would have been able to help them more than he was at that particular time. So because he said that they came in and the first thing that the physicians put them on is metformin. And we know that metformin is not the healthiest thing for our temple. We know that. And as for this Dr. Ruby, the naturopath doctor, we don't really look at metformin as anything that's healthy for us. Okay. And when we look at what the word is telling us to do, and we recognize that when our intelligence to recognize that when one particular thing that the doctors back then, that was probably 5 to 7 years ago, when they were, every time you turn around, it was metformin, but you don't have to have that anymore. Okay. You can now live better. Okay. With his naturopath, with what he has given us starting in Genesis. He said that in Genesis 129, 128 and 129, when we look at that, we already know that he has given us everything. Okay. And every seed bearing plant. And God said, yes, I have given you every herb that yields seeds, which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields fruit. To you it shall be for food. So when you look at this, you understand that food is our medicine. Everything we put in our mouths will affect some major aspect of our temple. So because he asked us in 1 Corinthians 6:20, well, he asked us in 19, did you not know whose your body was? Now that you know, and he says in verse 20, you were bought with a price. Okay. And therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's. So it means that we cannot just do anything with this temple. It honors God. Okay. All right. Let's come back for our thyroid problems. Sometimes out of balance hormones are not so obvious. That's where we were. Okay. To get the point, it takes more than just a tunnel vision focus, all right, on insulin to reverse diabetes. Okay, let's look at number 3 for a few minutes. Energy that makes you say, wow, that this is really true. Okay, your delay energy comes from tiny factors in your cells called microchondria. Now, mitochondria nearly as well as healthy people do. That's why you may feel sluggish all the time and become more easily fatigued. With diabetes, your energy generating metabolism isn't up to the task. It's not. It is draining you, your blood sugar levels, what you eat. when you have all of the sugar consumption, it just puts you in a place of a hypoglycemic episode, and it just brings you down. I'm moving over because that's the way I used to feel several years ago when I was diagnosed. That was in 2010 when I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. But I didn't have energy. And I had those feelings that it was like this. And when I would sit down, I would just need to sit for my body to calm, to balance itself. Okay. But I've got some good news now, because blood sugar now provides ways to embrace microcondom. Oh, I should use this. That's it. Function and boost energy production, and in doing so, improves insulin resistance at the same time. Okay. That's what I call win-win. When you have tried, I'm probably going to have to stop right here. When you have tried chromium percolinate, I'm going to get right here, because this is the energy that makes you say, wow. Now, in using chromium percolinate and with a combination with cinnamon, and even if you just start with that, have yourself some lemon water in the mornings, and it doesn't have to be warm, or it could be room temperature, and you can take a half a lemon and squeeze it in some water and have it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. And then when you have a bite to eat, and that's oatmeal. I love having oatmeal or 2 scrambled eggs. I like to have that with a turkey patty, turkey sausage, and have that. And when I do eat, I make sure that I have chromium percolinate, which is 400 to 500 milligrams. I have 1,000 milligrams of cinnamon. Okay. And I have a full glass of water, and I have those lightly scrambled eggs. I either use olive oil, or I use a pat of butter and whip that up and put it in. And I have my turkey patty that I do for 1 minute to 1.3 minutes. That's in my microwave, and that's what I have. It's wonderful. And when you do that, you can feel that you have energy. And plus, the one thing that I want to go back and put it right in front of everything else, that when you get up in the morning, even having that lemon water, that you would need to make sure that you have your prayer time. Yes, yes, yes. Because what's going to bring you to the point where you can have the understanding, where you can receive from God, that your spirit man is open, and that you are ready to receive his word. Okay. And then when you have the right nutrients, because that's what we're talking about, because it's a nutrient deficient dis-ease is the correct definition for type 2 diabetes. So you're going to be well. You have to tell yourself today, I'm going to be well. I believe that God can do all I need, not just some, but all. So do you desire that? Today, do you desire to be whole? He's got it for you. So today I want you to think about everything that you need. Everything that you need pertaining to your health. Don't be afraid. Come boldly before the throne of grace, because it's right there where you can obtain mercy and find help in your time of need. And our time is coming right on out. So let's recap for a minute. We know that it's nutrition. We know that we need chromium. We know that we need cinnamon. We know that we need turmeric. We know that we need to add pepper if we're going to use the turmeric. Okay. And remember that everything that we have, that we place in our body, is medicine. All right. Now, we're going to finish up. I like that, because that's the question I'm asking. Are you ready to make a change? Okay. And if you're going to make change, you're going to have that declaration. When we go in, I believe it's on page 99 in the type 2 diabetes. Let's go to 99. To the Kingdom Prescription. I don't think that we've talked about this for a minute, but we should. You have to make a declaration about what you want, is what I'm after. So ask the Lord to help you with that. Get your word, open it up. He tells us that we can decree a thing and it will happen. So let's do that. Now, today, I want you to, right after this broadcast, if you can, or sometime during the day, and what I found, and you all know it too, that AI or Google can help you if you are stunned, and especially if you are not a wordsmith and you are not familiar with all of it. So Jesus, our Lord and Savior, and he will help us in the seasons of our lives, because we're about to go through some seasons, because we're doing a new thing. In 2026, in the beginning of this year, that was our word for the Kingdom Prescription Lifestyle Group. We are doing what he's asked us to do. And most of that can be just obedience. Not big things, small things. Do that. All right. We're going to be obedient to him. So until next week, it's time. I like this. Okay. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the thoughts that I have, and I think toward you, said the Lord." All right. Thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Can you go there? And also, when you look at Psalms 91, because David was certainly there, came up to me this morning, 91, 1 and 2 says, and I like to do it in the feminine first person, is she that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. So we've got a place. We have a place in him. So now, let the weak say I'm strong. Yes. Say Joel 3:10. Say it. Now we want to look at 1 Timothy 1:17 in closing. Says, now to the King, eternal, immortal, invisible, to God, who alone is wise, be honor and glory forever and ever, is our prayer for you. This time next week, stay safe and stay blessed.
Are you ready for a healthier lifestyle? We have great news. The Kingdom Prescription is here for you. Reverend Dr. Ruby McMillian Wade has dedicated her life to developing God's biblical health plan for humanity. And now you can join this health and wealth movement. Whether you're seeking help with gut and skin health, diabetes, weight loss solutions, detoxification, increased energy, fat burners, or immune system boosters, Dr. Wade, Love Biome, and the Kingdom Prescription have the tools you need. With her workbooks, DVDs, and guides, you can embark on a journey to better health. For more information, visit our website or give us a call.